Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as I gift to all of you the preview for Burnley versus Chelsea, 3 p.m. kickoff UK time tomorrow. Back to it, seeing Chelsea is going to be bad for our health. However, we are, fingers crossed, back on some sort of form. This is where this preview gets interesting because I'm conducting this preview for you in a way that I honestly didn't think I would be conducting it if you asked me 2 games ago. I genuinely thought we'd lose to Brighton. And then I looked at Fulham and I was like, nah, surely. I saw Fulham and Burnley as the games where, we get points. Even if we're in the gutter. Even if we're deep in the trenches. And we're digging and we're still digging and we are so far in the trenches that no one can see us anymore. Surely we get points against Fulham and Burnley. We're not going to lose every single game, right? However, Chelsea beat Brighton. And then they went on to not just beat Fulham, but perform. It wasn't one of those games where, we had a shocking game, I got one lucky goal. We genuinely had a game plan. We dominated the first half. We killed the game off. We reserved ourselves. We protected our result. We got the job done beautifully. Got 3 points in the manner that we wanted to get it in. So, now we get to Burnley. Look, I said this about Brighton and I said this about Fulham. And normally this doesn't work, but it seems like it is. I'm going to come on here and say tomorrow is a must-win. So Chelsea, pressure on you. Listen, it worked against Brighton when I said it was a must-win. It worked against Fulham. I said it was a must-win. Tomorrow's a must-win. Because the next game is after the international break. And after the international break, that fixture list hurts. But if we can go into it in some sort of form, that's all we can do. So, let's go and get it. Tomorrow, we're looking for 3 points. Hopefully, we get those 3 points in a convincing manner, much like we did against Fulham. Now, you're going to be getting the review after the game is all said and done. So make sure you guys are here for that. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell to be notified when I have uploaded. And do not forget to check out the video from earlier on, which is, I'm going to leave a link for you right here, where I did speak about the news on Paul Pogba. And the fact that he failed his B test sample, so the second sample that was taken, he failed it again, and it's another positive for testosterone. I go into detail into what is the future looking like for Paul Pogba. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. On top of that, we have to take a little moment here because there was a little bit of news earlier on where we heard about the passing of Sir Alex Ferguson's wife. So just condolences to Sir Alex and his family. I mean, a legend like that, even, as Chelsea supporters and whatnot. But look, Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager of all time. Hands down. So, look, he lost his wife, 85 years old. I have nothing but well wishes for Sir Alex and his family, and my condolences go out to him. Now, let's get cracking. Burnley versus Chelsea. What do Chelsea do here? How do we line up? How are we going to approach this game? Because look, Burnley are the sort of team that people looked at, and I did as well. I remember giving my Premier League predictions on this channel, and I looked at Burnley and I thought, they might be that team that get promoted and then finish 10th. Just because of the way that they were playing their football last year and how they dominated the championship to the point where it became laughable. And it honestly got to a level where we were seeing Burnley play last year and thinking, they belong in the Premier League. They belong here. But so far this season, they've not shown anything. Anything. On top of that, it doesn't help that they've got 6 players out for tomorrow. They do have a little injury crisis of their own, and which is weird because they're not a team full of, internationals and competitions left, right and centre, like the excuse that Brighton can use, and correctly so they can because they're not used to that sort of schedule. Burnley don't have that. But Burnley are sitting down in 18th, if I'm not mistaken. They're 18th. Let me take a look at the table. They are 18th. Yeah, 18th. Bournemouth just below them, and Sheffield United sitting bottom, on course to becoming one of the worst teams the Premier League have ever seen. I thought that'd be Luton, but Luton actually picked up a win the other day, and they're up to 4 points now. So Chelsea sitting in 11th with 8 points, and if we do win, right, check this, if we do win, we can get ourselves up to 9th. top half of the table. What's happened to us? What's happened to us, man? Honestly. Anyway, look, we got to start somewhere, right? We've had a horrible start of the season, but let's bring an end to it. Let's bring an end to it. And Man United fans, don't get too cheeky. You guys are in 10th. Yeah, you're only 1 point ahead of us. If you bottle it this weekend, we'll jump over you, and that's us. We've had a horrific season, and we're continuing our form from last season, except for the last 2 games. So hopefully, we have put everything in the past now. I'm looking to that. And this game against Brighton, PTSD. This game against Burnley, I've got to be honest, they live in my head rent free. I'm just gonna say it. They do. But you know, their downfall is gonna cause me to finally, possibly get them to start charging paying me some rent. Yeah, I have to start charging the rent, and because of that they might leave. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But Burnley, this is a game where Chelsea truly should win. No disrespect to Burnley. I don't expect to just see them switch it on, like many people do expect them to at some point because of the way that they played last season. I don't expect that to happen against Chelsea. It's possible, but if they had a fully fit squad and if they had everyone that they want, then maybe they can get some cohesion going. But at the moment, I just don't see it. So there really isn't any excuse. Chelsea's injury crisis, let's say, isn't so much looking like a crisis now. We are starting to get players back, and it's starting to look like it's beginning to shape. I mean, obviously, the only ones that are out right now that we would turn to normally, Nkunku. Lavia's not even ran yet in a Chelsea shirt, or even in Chelsea training. He's not run. He got injured. Boom, done. Not even running, Pochettino said in his press conference earlier on. So, look, maybe Lavia, but we don't know how that's going to work out because we haven't even seen him play yet. There's obviously the fullback situation, Reece James and Chilwell, but Reece James is training again. Pochettino in the press conference, he was asked about this, and he was like, yeah, it's such a shame that he's banned. Yeah, because, he's been training and he would have been in contention, so, yeah, he wouldn't have been. He has to say that. Yeah, he has to say that, because if he turned around and said, nah, he's still not fit, the FA might do a madness and go, oh, is he not? Then he's banned for the Arsenal game when he is fit, yeah? So, yeah, he's fully fit right now. He's fully fit. But Reece James will be back for the Arsenal game, it seems. But much like Gusto, who is currently serving his last game of his suspension. We have Nicholas Jackson back because he has served his suspension. Now, Nicholas Jackson, please, for the love of God, yeah, if something happens during a game, don't speak. Because Nicholas Jackson gets booked, not for tackles, not for challenges, not for elbowing anyone. Nah, he gets booked because he talks to the ref. Nicholas Jackson, please, I'm going to quote the GOAT, emotional control. This is how Diego Costa used to go about his business in your position. He used to go about his business without even receiving a red card once in his whole Chelsea career. Because he had emotional control. He knew exactly how to toe the line between aggressiveness and staying within the rule book. So make sure you're on that line. That's all. And hopefully you don't pick up any more suspensions and yellow cards. Needless yellow cards. So he's back. So how should Chelsea set up? How should Chelsea play? I've come to a very simple conclusion, to be honest. And it's an old school conclusion, and I think it's a conclusion that you have to stick with. I think it's a key principle in football, old school football as well as modern football. And what is that? You don't change a winning team. You don't. So we're going to get into my starting 11 and how I would, lay it out tomorrow. There's probably going to be a few surprises for all of you, because you're going to look at this 11 I'm about to give you and you're going to go, hang on, no, Younes, you wouldn't normally do this. Let's get into it. Here it is. Right, so I've put it all on screen because I don't want to start tampering and then things don't pop up. I'm just going to show you off the bat so then everything runs smoothly. Yeah, we want this to be smooth. So, I've gone Sanchez in goal, back four, and yes, the back four looks pretty crazy, but look, it looks like it's working. I'm not for Colwell playing at left back, but I have to acknowledge right now we've got a full-back crisis, which is Reece James and Chilwell and Gusto are not available, which means that, look, Colwell has been playing well at left back, so he plays. Simple. But because of that, Cucurella has been playing really well at right back, so because of that, he plays. Don't change it. Don't change it. Run with it. Run with it. Let's see how more we can use this. How this is going to come into fruition. I mean, who knows? Maybe Cole has a sublime game tomorrow at left back. Maybe Cucurella keeps up his streak and actually starts to ask the question of, even if Reece James and Gusto are available, do we continue doing this? He's playing brilliant at right back. What can I say? So, look, for now, up here, sorry, wrong side. Up here, right now, I would keep this up. Let's see how they do tomorrow. Don't change the winning team. Caicedo and Enzo in the double pivot. Now, look, I've put Gallagher as the 10. But we saw how it worked against Fulham. It wasn't really a case of a double pivot with a 10. Although in times we did see that with Gallagher moving forward, but we also had Enzo moving forward, and it almost became a 3, but it was one DM with 2 8s. Much like how Frank Lampard said he would have lined Chelsea up before the game against Fulham. So credit to Lance, because I think he would have got that spot on, if I'm honest. But Gallagher shifting over, turning into an 8. Enzo moving a bit forward, turning into an 8. Caicedo as the lone 6. However, in times of transition, Enzo dropped deep. Gallagher even came to clean up, because Gallagher is a little bit of a destroyer. We know how he likes to get stuck in and take the ball off the opposition and going for the tackles and do the dirty work. So, as much as I've put Enzo and Caicedo as a double pivot and Gallagher as the 10, I think Gallagher is the first choice between everyone in midfield of going forward, and Enzo should play a supporting role. But, yeah, that's how I think it will work. So on paper, yes, it's like this for you guys, as you can see, but Enzo and Gallagher still doing what they did against Fulham together as 8s, I think could work pretty well. Burnley like to have the ball. So it's going to be a scenario where I do feel like we're not going to be facing a low block. I don't, as much as people expect, obviously they will defend, but I don't feel like they're going to be we're just going to defend and do nothing. Burnley like the ball. So I feel like we have opportunity, like we had against Fulham, in order to take the ball off them and launch those counter-attacks. But when we are with the ball, I feel like that there is enough space for us to get through. I'd like to think so. Much like Fulham, I feel like the characteristics of this game is actually going to be a little bit more in our favour compared to the Fulham game. Because Burnley, as I've said, like to have the ball. Fulham are a little bit half and half. Burnley normally are not a team that just sit back and defend, so that should work in our favour. And the front three, look, don't change it. I'm all for Cole Palmer in the 10. But I liked what I saw in midfield between Enzo, Caicedo and Gallagher against Fulham. Now, one key message is, to those 3 midfielders, please keep the same energy. Please do exactly what you did against Fulham. Keep the same performance. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Because trust me, if it is dropped, I'll be asking for Palmer to go right back into the 10. But Palmer did brilliantly on the right-hand side. As much as he can play in the 10, he done very well on the right. So you know what? We'll keep it going. Don't change the winning team. Going back to my point earlier on. Mudryk on the left. If you can get another goal, mate, confidence keeps increasing. And who knows, maybe Mudryk takes the rest of the season by storm. Fingers crossed. So that is what I would start with in terms of the wings. And I think that is, it's only wise to keep what was working for us against Fulham to take it forward into this Burnley game, because we need points. We need points. And if there's a winning formula, even using this, which is kind of questionable, so be it. We use it. I would start with Broja up front. Only because he got a goal. You could say it really wasn't his goal, but he got a goal. And his movement, his positioning, everything was on point. It's important for a striker when he does get that to keep playing, right? Jackson's only just come back. So look, I'm not going to say, look, the coast is clear. Jackson, you're right back into the team. If Broja's performing, Broja starts. Now, as long as he's fit, because it seemed like he came off, I don't know, with a little bit of an injury, a little bit of cramp, whatever it was. But that's already been sorted, and he's gone past that. So there isn't a cause for concern. Because of that, for me, Broja starts. And Jackson, you're going to have to work your way back into the team, mate. You've got a point to prove. Simple as that. Because, well, let's be honest, Jackson wasn't killing it before he got suspended. So now, it's a case of, well, the game, his last game, he actually played really well. But Bro has come on and shown what he can do. He's the most recent, so he starts this one. I don't think Bro is ready for 90. So what I would do is I would play him for an hour and then play Jackson for half an hour, and let's see what Jackson can do when he comes off the bench. And then at that point, it's competition between the two strikers, which is what we need. We kind of need that. So that would be my starting 11. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys would do. But what you can see up here is what I will do for tomorrow. Now, as I tell you guys, as I normally do in my previews, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Check out the socials, they are on screen and in the description for you right now. I'm going to be giving you my review immediately after the game, so make sure you guys are here for that tomorrow. As soon as it's full time, you'll be hearing from me, so make sure you guys are here. My prediction for tomorrow is... Burnley 0. You know what? I'm gonna go with the same scoreline. Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. Cheers. Gotta love an orange juice. With pulp. It's healthier. So that's my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know yours in the comment section below. How would you guys field your starting 11s? How do you think it's gonna go down? And let me know your score predictions. Are you confident going into this? As I've said, we have to win this. There is no option, because we have to set ourselves up at least in a respectable position in order to go into the flipping crazy schedule that we're going to get cracking on after the international break. Arsenal, Tottenham away, City. Who else we got? Liverpool, Man United at the end, Brighton in between. Have we even got Liverpool? I don't know. We're facing so many big teams at once that we have to get points beforehand. So Chelsea, go out there and do the business tomorrow, just like you did against Fulham. Let's kick this off. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Much appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you tomorrow after it's all said and done. I'll see you then. Have a good one, people. Look after yourself. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.